Hi my lovely people. So I'm doing an old-fashioned video testing some luxury fragrances. I have so many luxury fragrances here that I want to test to see if they are full bottle worthy, because when it comes to luxury fragrances, you gotta get your nose on them. I know I'm guilty of blind buying, and unfortunately that's how I do most of my fragrance buying. I tend to blind buy. I see something, I read the notes, I read reviews, I get a feel for it, and I blind buy it, and usually 99% of the time I'm successful at blind buying. I've had, a couple of fails here and there, but very, very few, like a handful, and that's it. But I do still think it's a great idea to test fragrances before you buy. So I have so many fragrances here, luxury, designer, and niche fragrances that I want to test. I have Xerjoff, I have Fragrance du Bois, I have Willem perfumes, I have Joe Malone, I have Dior, I have House of Siage, I have Kriegler, I have Tiziana Terenzi, I have M.Micallef, I have Killian. I have so many. So watch the video until the end, because I have some amazing well-known ones here that I want to get my nose on and share my thoughts with you. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to decide which ones I'm going to purchase. So if you want to find out, just stay tuned. So you guys, I don't know where to start. Really, I have a lot. Should I start with Fragrance du Bois? Okay, I'll start with Fragrance du Bois. I have 3 samples here from Fragrance du Bois. As you guys know, I'm a huge fan. I love Oud Jaune en Tons and Oud Rose en Tons. I have also Siberian Rose. I absolutely love this house. I want to try these 3. These 3 came with my last purchase, I want to say. I cannot remember. So the first one I have here is Oud Violet en Tons. So this one must be a blue purple floral powdery fragrance, I'm gonna assume, before I even spray it. It's probably going to be a mixture of blue purple florals and oud. It's kind of what I figured just from the name. I think this, I just have a feeling out of the 3 I have, this is the one I'm going to love, because I like powdery. Yeah. Super powdery, super powdery. Let me spray it a little bit more. Didn't coat. So you guys, this fragrance I thought was going to be, when you say, oud violet, I thought it would be this sort of feminine leaning fragrance, but no, I am getting more of a masculine vibe. It's actually a unisex fragrance. Both can wear, men and women both can wear. There is something very, very smoky, incensey in here. I could smell it right away. And there are some some spices in here that's really like stingy, kind of sharp a little bit. So I looked up the notes and I was right. There's frankincense in here that is, giving that very frankincense and incense are not the same thing, but you know what frankincense smells like. So incense smells a little bit more, I guess, I don't know if you can use the word sweeter, but it's a little bit more soft, whereas frankincense is very kind of sharp. Frankincense is, that what they burn in churches, have you ever seen? That's frankincense. So you should be very familiar, those of you who go to church should be very familiar with that scent. And there is some spices in here, like black pepper, that's quite sharp. And I also noticed there is a soft spice, and I wondered, is it nutmeg? And I was exactly right, it's nutmeg. So there's nutmeg in here, and I smelled the tonka bean right away. When I sprayed it, I'm like, kind of vanilla-y, but my deeper vanilla. This has got to be tonka bean, and I was absolutely right. It has tonka bean, I think, in the middle, and it also has a big dose of amber. There is musk in here, and there are some citrus notes. And I smelled something kind of herbally-ish, which is not the right word to use, but I don't know how else to describe it. What other word is there to really describe the smell of elamai? But you know that elamai scent that's kind of like herbally-ish. So I smelled that and I was like, I wonder if it's elamai. And yeah, there's elamai. So this one is a very kind of different fragrance that leans masculine because of the elamai, because of the frankincense, because of the strong spices. Yes, there is probably violet in here, which has not been revealed, and I would maybe think there's one other, you know, blue purple floral maybe in here. But what stand out the most is not the powdery florals, the soft powdery florals. It's the frankincense, and actually there's oud. Obviously, Fragrance du Bois' very clean 100% organic oud is in here. Yeah, you can smell the oud, but it's that frankincense and the spices and the elamai you can really smell. And then mixed with that powdery florals, it's like a very unique scent. It's not for me. It is definitely like masculine leaning. I don't think it's gonna be like, to me anyway, an attractive scent on a woman. So that one is probably going to be a no for me. Now, I know this one is Fragrance du Bois Milano. This one for sure, I know leans masculine because I have heard so much about this fragrance. And from the notes, I can figure out that it's going to be masculine as well. Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, hands down. This one leans quite masculine. It's a bit of a clean kind of scent with that sort of strong musky scent in here. Very like, not a white musk, like almost like a very musky musk, you know? I don't know how to describe it. Like an animalic musk. You know, it's kind of herbally, like spicy again, type of clean smelling fragrance. There's Sicilian bergamot, there's mandarin orange, there's saffron, there's thyme. So you get the idea, like very kind of citrusy and then sort of, you know, herbally, that kind of scent right away from the opening. And this has olibanum. Olibanum is a resin balsam note, so it's very kind of balsamic, very balsamic. And one other note that I definitely noticed right away as I sprayed this on, leather. For sure, I can smell the leather in the base. I can definitely smell the leather. There's of course a huge amount of musk. I believe there's some vanilla in here as well, but definitely very much a masculine leaning fragrance. There again, very kind of herbally, a little bit spicy. There are some spices in here too. And then the olibanum with that balsam resin vibes, the leather accord, which doesn't always lean masculine, but it depends on the composition. So in this composition with the massive amount of citruses, the spices, the olibanum, you know, saffron, that sort of thing, the leather is definitely leaning masculine. Probably another no for me because, I mean, these are both amazing scents. Now, don't get me wrong, just not for me because I'm not a man, and also I'm not someone who enjoys unisex fragrances that lean very masculine. I love unisex fragrances, but when they're right in the middle or leans a little bit more feminine. Now, this next one is probably also going to lean masculine. So this next one is Cannabis Blue. Don't worry, I've got a whole bunch of feminine ones coming up. Ladies, stay tuned. Oh, I also forgot to mention I also have Parfums de Marly as well. So yeah, I forgot to mention that in the beginning of the video. So let me spray this one on. So this one, Cannabis Blue, this is obviously going to be a blue fragrance, and also probably going to have lots of, yeah, cannabis. Oh, that's a very different kind of scent. Wow, this one screams masculine. Like definitely screams masculine. This one's very unique though. That cannabis, you can smell the cannabis, yeah. That green sort of, you know, herbally cannabis. Very fresh, refreshing fragrance. If you're a guy and you want to stand out, you want to wear this one, probably not very many guys will smell like this. So yeah, this definitely has cannabis. There's, you know, spicy notes like pepper, there's cardamom. You can smell actually the cardamom with the cannabis. And then there's a very big dose of grapefruit for citrus. So you get that very freshness from the grapefruit. Very much a very fresh, clean, herbally kind of fragrance. Definitely for men. I don't think you're gonna love smelling like this, ladies. This one is Fragrance de Bois Cannabis Blue. So next I have a Xerjoff fragrance. This one, the bottle is really beautiful. It's this beautiful like lilac-y purple shade. I'll put a picture of it up here. And it's called Xerjoff Purple Accento. Here's the box. And this is a, you know, sample, of course, I got with the purchase. I have so many samples, you guys. It's not funny. I have bags and bags and bags of samples to test and figure out which ones I want. And this one's very pleasant. Very clean, fresh, but a little fruity. A little bit green. I get lots of sweetness, fruitiness. There's muskiness in here, lots of musk. It's powdery. It's a little green. So you guys, this has a really juicy fruity note right in the opening. And I was like doubting myself because when I smelled it, I'm like, is that pineapple? But now I was like, well, that can't be pineapple in a fragrance called Purple Accento. But I was right. There's pineapple in here. And the purple comes from the blue purple floral hyacinth. So there's hyacinth in here. There's mandarin orange also in the opening. There's actually pink pepper as well, that bubbly sort of soft spice. There's loganberry in here, which I've never smelled before. What loganberry smells like, I have no idea. There's a lot of jasmine. There's loads of musk. There are woody notes. Did I say huge dose of vanilla in here? Maybe like oud and sandalwood. And then there is amber, I know, in here. Now this one also stands right in the middle. Perhaps leans a tad bit masculine, but this one is one that a woman can wear and pull off. So yeah, it's a good perfume. I would just put this in the maybe pile. So that was my no pile, the first three. Here's my maybe pile. Okay, so now I'm going to try something feminine, definitely feminine. This one is from Parfums de Marly. This one is Athalia. So I believe I have tested this on camera before, maybe in one of my hauls. I don't remember, but I want to try this again because I don't remember what it smells like anymore, and I am considering buying this one. I know this is like a very powdery blue purple kind of fragrance, a blue purple floral kind of fragrance. This one is very powdery, super feminine. I already know there are some blue purple florals in here. Yeah, this one is definitely feminine fragrance, but I have to say this one isn't the most youthful fragrance. It has a bit of a maturity to it. I smell the beautiful blue purple florals in here. So there's definitely iris and violet both in here. There are some white florals. I think it's orange blossom and another bunch of white florals. White florals can be powdery as well, and this one has a lot of musk. I can smell the musk, and it has a good dose of amber, some slight bit of earthiness to it from something, some woody notes. Yeah, it's beautiful, but I'm not sure if Athalia is my favorite Parfums de Marly fragrance. I love Meliora, I love Castili, I love all the Delinas. You guys know that. And I love Safanad. which is a yellow white floral fragrance. This one is probably my least favorite out of all the ones that I've smelled and so far. I'm gonna put this in maybe pile, okay? So I'm gonna have 3 piles going on. Nope, maybe, and yes. So I haven't gotten to yes yet. Let's keep testing. So next one I have here is Cannabis by Nishane. This is an extrait de parfum, obviously. Nishanes tend to be extrait de parfum. So let me test this. Just from the name of the fragrance, I'm wondering if it's a masculine leaning fragrance. Let me test, Cannabis, okay. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is another fragrance for men, you guys. Wow. I gotta get to the female ones here. I have loads of it. Actually, I only have few masculine leaning ones, and I just happened to pick them up before the feminine ones. Yeah, this is a beautiful, actually very sexy, attractive men's fragrance, in my opinion. This one is very fruity fresh, and I can tell there are loads of like maybe white florals in here. There's definitely patchouli. I can smell the patchouli. I haven't even looked up the notes yet, you guys. I'll look it up here in a minute. Definitely musk. I mean, I smell the fruits. Some kind of like a tropical type of fruit. Musk and patchouli for sure. Some juicy fruit too. And I think I smell oud. Definitely smell oud and some earthiness. And it's quite herbally to me. Like there are some herbal notes that I don't know what they are. Let me look up the notes. You guys, I was right. This has a couple of juicy fruit notes. There's pineapple, there's grapes. There are some green notes, green herbally notes. And there is definitely oud in here. I think the white florals were neroli and jasmine. There's definitely patchouli as well in here, musk, and I think amber too. So yeah, this one is very much a fruity, fresh, herbally sort of masculine leaning fragrance that's gonna be probably great for summer months. You guys out there, my fellas, this Cannabis by Nishane is a good one. And ladies, if you want to get your husband, boyfriend, whomever, a masculine, sexy, fresh, fruity fragrance, here's one. This is kind of slightly tropical as well. But as for me, this is going to be a no because it smells masculine. Okay, now I've got to smell some feminine fragrances, and I've been dying to test these Dior Privé line fragrances, for which I got samples from the boutique when I bought my many Dior Privé fragrances. So I have first here Rose Gypsy. So this is a couple of samples they gave me from the fragrance Rose Gypsy. Let me, I'm gonna just, oh, this is good. Oh, so let me just dab it on the back of my hand here because this doesn't have a sprayer. So let me test it. Oh, you guys, this one is a very kind of watered down rose fragrance. Don't be taken aback when I say that. It's a very delicate, watery rose fragrance, very kind of fresh and soft. Not a strong fragrance. It definitely has some like fresh notes, a little bit of greenness to it. So it's like a very light and airy, kind of watery, aquatic, slightly green rose fragrance. Let me look up the notes. I bet you the notes are going to be aquatic notes, rose obviously for sure, and some green notes. So let me find out. So yeah, you guys, I was right. So this definitely has rose and some aquatic notes, and it has some green notes. It doesn't specify what kind of aquatic or green notes there are, but this definitely is a fragrance that doesn't have anything too strong. I would say there's musk in here, but not like too strong either. This is definitely very soft, very light, watery, airy, ethereal rose. The performance of this, I can already tell, is probably not going to be the best because it's not like in your face kind of strong fragrance. This is going to be perfect for summer. Perfect, refreshing rose fragrance. This kind of reminds me of Delina La Rosée, except La Rosée has like, I think, fruity notes as well, but it had, you know, has watery notes as well. So this probably has some light, beautiful white floral notes too. It's a very beautiful light rose fragrance. I'm just a little worried about its performance because these kind of light fragrances, while they're so beautiful and ethereal, performance tend to be lacking. These type of fragrances should be light and not so long lasting. It would be by nature of the fragrance notes, right? I mean, it's to be expected is what I'm saying. So this is probably gonna go into my maybe pile. So I have two other really famous Dior Privé line fragrances to test here. One is Sakura and one is Happy Hour. So I have both here. So let me test Sakura. I know Sakura is super popular, and so is Happy Hour actually. And the Sakura body wash is supposed to be amazing. So let me dab it on a different finger here, and I'll dab it on the back of this hand. Oh, this is so pretty. Oh, this one's pretty. I can imagine the body wash of this fragrance filling the bathroom with this beautiful scent. I'm gonna assume this has cherry blossom because I can smell the cherry blossom. I have not looked at the fragrance notes, but I'll tell you, this has got to have cherry blossom. Oh my god, you guys, I just said this has got to have cherry blossom because it smells like cherry blossom. Well, I think Sakura means in Japanese cherry blossom. I'm pretty sure now that I come to think of it. I know there's like lots of, you know, cherry blossoms in Japan, and I think they're called Sakura. I think that's what it's called. Oh, this is cherry blossom through and through, and I can imagine the body wash being amazing with this. Oh my god. This has some other delicate pretty florals as well. I'm gonna assume some white florals. Let me look up the notes. Yes, you guys, this does have lots of cherry blossom, Japanese cherry blossom, and there's rose, there's jasmine, and there I think is violet too, and mimosa. I knew I smelled something a bit soapy, which mimosa tend to smell a bit soapy. Yeah, it's in here as well, and some green notes, and I knew there was a green nuance to it, and I'm pretty sure there's musk in here. So yeah, it's a beautiful fragrance. This is going to go in my yes, give me some pile. This is going to be my next Dior Privé line purchase, and you know it. So this is my yes pile. That's my first yes. And now I have Happy Hour by Dior. Let me test this one out. So I'm going to use another finger here, and I'm going to put it on this side of my hand. Oh, this is beautiful. Let me get a little bit more on here. Oh, this is such a pretty one too, you guys. There's something very calming and sensual about this one. And no wonder it's called Happy Hour. There's something very like happy and sensual, calming and zen about this fragrance. I'm gonna look up the notes here soon. There's another flower in there that I can... smells familiar, like one of my favorite type of like scents, but I can't quite put my finger on it. And there's something fruity about it. Let me look up the notes. I was right. This has jasmine, just like I thought, and it has ylang ylang. That was that really beautiful, you know, fragrance note I was smelling that makes me feel happy always. But it wasn't like your strong ylang ylang scent, you know. Usually when there's ylang ylang in fragrances, you can really smell that tropical yellow floral scent. And it has usually a little bit of like a banana kind of nuance to ylang ylang, you know. I did not get that, you know, aspect of the ylang ylang from this one. This is very kind of a light ethereal ylang ylang, which ylang ylang is usually a stronger floral. Yellow floral, one of my favorite yellow florals, obviously next to frangipani. And this has like cranberry apparently, and it has like that fruity touch that I couldn't quite put my finger on. What a weird combination, isn't it? What a beautiful combination with jasmine, ylang ylang, and cranberry. I mean, quite unique. This is a beautiful one, you guys. I'm going to say yes. Eventually, I'm going to get this one. I'm pretty sure that I will eventually get this one. Happy hour. So I'm going to put this in the yes pile. So then I have this fragrance sample that I got from this house that I have never explored before. So this one is from the house Nuit et Salzburg. So this fragrance name is Vanille Tabac. So this is what the sample card looks like. I don't know if you guys can see. So that's the, let me try this. So Vanille Tabac means vanilla and tobacco. So I'm gonna assume that's what it's gonna smell like, you know. Let me spray this on and see what it smells like. Vanille tabac it is, you guys. That's literally what you smell. Loads of vanilla with a hint of tobacco. Beautiful, very sensual, creamy sort of fragrance. This reminds me of a fragrance that I have from a Middle Eastern fragrance house. I think it's called Pure Arabian. I forget the name. I'll put it up here. It smells, it reminds me of it, except that one is even stronger in like just overall. The vanilla in it is delicious, and you can smell the tobacco even a little bit more in that one. I mean, I feel like own this fragrance because I have Pure Arabian upstairs. So probably no, only because I have Pure Arabian and it smells very similar to it. So I'm gonna put this in the no pile, but it's really a yes in terms of the way it smells. So next I have a Killian fragrance. This one is Killian Straight to Heaven. This one is one that I have checked out before, I mean looked at, and just never pulled the trigger on it. Let me see. This one is very kind of boozy and yummy, and there's definitely patchouli in here. I can smell the patchouli. There's something delicious in here. I feel like something fruity, but not like juicy fruity, like more like dates, you know, kind of thing. Yeah, definitely patchouli, boozy. There's some kind of booze note in here. Let me go and check the fragrance notes. Yeah, you guys, I was right. The booziness you can smell right away. There's rum in here. There's patchouli in here, obviously a pretty good dose. It's the patchouli that's not too like dirty or anything, not offensive. It's more like a gourmand smelling one almost, with the gourmand notes in here. Gourmand note being dried fruits. So this has dried fruits, which is what I was thinking, that I smelled dates. And it has a huge dose of vanilla, which makes it really sweet as well. There's musk in here, loads of amber, and then there's, I think, jasmine, and then some woody notes. But what you smell the most is that booziness and the patchouli and that gourmand, like edible vibe from the dried fruits and vanilla. So yeah, it's delicious. It smells delicious. So I'm gonna put it in my yes pile. You know, I don't know how soon I'll buy it, but I'm probably going to get that eventually. I have another Killian here. This one is Roses on Ice. This one is that very fresh, probably very aquatic type of fragrance that was released with Killian Angel's Share, which I didn't get. I wasn't like sure of it because it yeah, this is exactly what I thought it was gonna smell like. There's something herbal or green or something in here. I was right. I knew this actually already. I don't know why I didn't remember it. That weird sort of almost aquatic freshness of this comes from the cucumber that's in here, and that little bit of herbaliness. So with juniper and cucumber, It's a very kind of weird, like greenish, aquatic, fresh feeling thing going on. And of course there's rose in here, you know, it's roses on ice. And yeah, I mean, I get the idea, rose scent with that cucumber, very much like watery drink with cucumbers in it with a little bit of like rose essence in it, you know what I mean? But the rose, I must say, you guys, is not very strong. I gotta tell you, I'm having a hard time getting the rose in here. It's so very faint. What you smell the most are the juniper berry and cucumber notes. You can smell those very well. And then of course there's musk in here. I can smell the musk. And there's, I think, sandalwood. Yeah, it's a no for me, I would say. To me it smells kind of masculine, and it's not the kind of scent profile that I enjoy very much. And that cucumber note, not my thing. It's you know, with the juniper berries, it didn't work for me. Again, it leans a little bit masculine in my opinion, and also a very kind of different scent, you know, profile that I don't usually lean towards. Not just because it's masculine, but because just the scent of cucumber is not something I want to smell like, you know. It doesn't make me feel pretty or attractive. Let's put it that way. But it will definitely make you feel like you're drinking a glass of cucumber water in the middle of summer in the summer heat. If you're a guy, you would probably enjoy it. So I have a Jo Malone fragrance here. This is Fig and Lotus Flower. So I'm going to spray it. I already can tell you I'm probably not going to like it. Yeah. This one's very kind of green, sharp. I don't really smell the nice, delicious kind of fruity part of fig. I smell, fig tends to be kind of green too, but it's very much green. Yeah, I'm not getting that beautiful scent from the lotus flower very much. And I don't know if this is a black bottle because it smells very kind of weak. Probably not gonna last too long. It's, again, leans masculine to me, kind of green. I don't smell the fig very much. It's very kind of light. It's probably gonna disappear. And I did look it up. It's not a black bottle. It's the see-through, you know, glass bottle, which famously don't last very much because it's a cologne concentration. This is why I don't always love Jo Malone fragrances unless it's like Anton's versions in black bottles or the red ones. So yeah, this one is a no for me, a hard pass. So next I have a very luxury fragrance from the house of Kriegler, and I already know I'm gonna love this because, well, one, I've smelled this before, but I actually knew I was gonna love it before I smelled it. Two, because of the name and knowing which house made it. Kriegler, making a Jasmine for perfume. Yeah, give it to me. So yeah, this one is Kriegler Juicy Jasmine. This is how the samples come. So I already know I love it, but I want to test it in front of the camera for you guys. And it's been a while since I last tested it too, so. This is beautiful. Yes, yes, and yes. This is going in the yes pile. No wonder I love this fragrance, you guys. It has loads of jasmine. You know I'm a sucker for jasmine. I just did a video on the best jasmine fragrances. Check it out if you missed it. Link it up here and down in the description box. And this one it's got loads of jasmine, and I just looked it up. It also has other beautiful florals that I love, like ylang ylang. There's hyacinth with that powderiness in here, and there's lily of the valley, which I adore. It's on one of my favorite white floral notes. And there's orange blossom and some woody notes. Definitely a yes. I would put it in the yes pile when I go to the Kriegler boutique or when I order next time online. This one and one other I have in mind, I'll let you know. Definitely going in the yes pile. Then I have another Kriegler fragrance here to test. This one is this. Then I have another Kriegler fragrance, this one right here. This one is Sparkling Diamond. Let me smell this one. And let's see what I feel. Oh. Ooh. This one is very different. Whew. Smells like champagne-ish. And there are other floral notes I can't quite pick up. Well, you guys, I just looked up the notes. This one is a unique one. This one has champagne. I knew I smelled it. Has strawberry, which by the way I didn't quite pick up at all. It's champagne is very front and center in this fragrance. And this also had, you know, that was the one thing I couldn't put my finger on. I knew there was musk in here, but coconut, there's coconut, which I couldn't quite tell. Champagne and coconut, not the picture you usually get, right? It's not what you usually expect. It's not like my favorite Kriegler scent. I'm looking for... So yeah, I'm gonna put this one in the no pile. So I have another Kriegler here, Emerald Noir. This one sounds to me like a masculine scent. It sounds like it anyway. Let's test it out. This one has some spices, some soft spices. I can smell kind of ambery. But beyond that, I can't really tell you guys. Let me look up the note. Yeah, this one has amber, vanilla, pepper, like black pepper, and like some citrus notes, labdanum, and patchouli. So yeah, the scent profile is very much a masculine leaning one in my opinion. Not really my thing, so that's going in the no pile. So I have another Jo Malone here that I didn't see. This one is wood sage and sea salt. So here's the card. I'm gonna spray this. That sounds to me like a masculine one also actually. So let me spray it. Yeah, this is so weak. I can't even tell you what notes are in here because, boy, this is really weak. I mean, obviously there's sea salt in here, right? I would assume. There's an aquatic, huge aquatic feel to this fragrance, very watery. And there's obviously, I'm gonna assume sage in here. Maybe slight herbaliness from the herbals. Big no for me. Let me look up the notes though. Yep, there's definitely sea salt and sage. There's amberette. There is, I think, seaweed in here too. Yeah, not my thing. I don't even recommend this for a guy, you guys. It's super weak. It's one of the regular glass bottles, not the black or the red line. Super weak. It'll disappear within seconds. Hell no. So next one is a Louis Vuitton fragrance that I'm very excited to test. This one is the Absence. So let me try this one. I'm very excited. I have a feeling I'm gonna like it because I like it all Louis Vuitton fragrances that I've tried. So let me spray it. Oh my goodness. Louis Vuitton fragrances, you guys, have this beautiful light airiness to it that's very like fresh and just luxurious. It smells like a very light and ethereal floral fragrance. I'm smelling some maybe like rose, some white florals, something very like clean and just like light and airy about it. Let me look up the fragrance notes. So yeah, you guys, this has jasmine and rose, and this has like a floral note called pittosporum or something. That's apparently like a floral note that resembles like jasmine, orange blossom type white florals, a little bit heady. This has got a fruitiness from a raspberry that's in here. It's a little like clean and soapy-ish, like fresh from the mimosa. It's the yellow floral that's in here. And it's got a little bit of vanilla and sandalwood and musk. I gotta say, what I smell the most, I would say, is that kind of like the little bit of juiciness from the raspberry, the rose, the white florals. Those are what I smell the most. I think that sensualness from the sandalwood kind of comes through on the die down. But yeah, I think other than that, those other ones are the most prominent. Definitely like a yes for me. But I do have other Louis Vuitton fragrances that I'm interested in buying before that. So that might have to wait a little bit, but I'm going to probably eventually get that one as well. It's very light and ethereal. I wonder if it'll last long. Now in the summertime, this would be a perfect one for the summertime. So next I have a fragrance from the house of Siage, and this one is Whispers of Admiration. Let me try it really fast. I want to kind of go fast because I'm taking too much time. So spray it on. Ooh, this one's nice. It's kind of fruity, beautiful floral, fruity floral. So you guys, this has gardenia, which is that beautiful floral I smell, and it is fruity. It has apple that I smelled that, and there's clementines for citrus in here, which is really interesting. Yeah, it's not your usual like sharp bergamot lemon type of citrus, you know. And it has coconut, which I did not pick up on. And there's like that sensual sandalwood and musk. This is going in the yes pile. Next I have an M.Micallef fragrance. This one is Pure Extreme. I have been dying to test this on camera with you guys. I got this with my purchase from the last M.Micallef sale. By the way, they had a 20% off sale, and my discount, 10% off discount, you could use as well. And I let you all know, and many of you, I believe, took advantage of it. By the way, my 10% off discount code is still valid. It's going to be active still till the end of summer, so take advantage of it. If you want any M.Micallef fragrance, now's the time. They're also giving free shipping to the US on orders over $100, which any order probably will be over $100. Yeah, so take advantage of it right now. 10% off and free shipping to the US. I think they already have free shipping in European Union, but anyway, so let me test this. Pure Extreme is the name. Oh gosh, you guys, the M.Micallef fragrances, man, they are just stellar. This is just gorgeous. This smells fashionable, fresh, airy, very luxurious, very luxurious. This one is super floral. You know, I'm gonna assume there's gonna be white florals in here, and very musky and powdery. Yep, you guys, this one has gardenia, jasmine, rose, lots of musk. Is there amber? I forget now. I looked it up. I think there's amber in here too. And some woody notes. This one is beautiful. Definite yes. It's going in the yes. Give me some pile. Then I have a fragrance from Willem Perfumery. And this one is Dear Polly Eau de Parfum. So here's what the sample looks like. I'm going to spray it on and check it out. I have not gotten my hands on any Willem Perfumery fragrances, but let me try. Ooh, this one is like fresh, very fresh, sort of greenish, light fragrance. Not a huge fan. Again, I'm not like a fan of the light, like super like green and fresh type of scent profile. To me, that usually screams masculine, even when it doesn't. You know, I love fresh fragrances like Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. I do. But it has to be a particular type of fragrance composition. So this has bergamot and apple and black tea. There's like this weird note, I couldn't quite pick it up, and that's obviously black tea. Very fresh. I knew there were loads of citruses. And there's a big dose of ambergris, which you know tend to have that sort of marine, minerally kind of feel. There's oak musk with a little bit of like herbaliness. And there's a good dose of musk. No for me. Then I have another Dior Privé line fragrance. This one is Rose Kabuki. I want to smell this one too. It sounds very interesting to me. Rose Kabuki. Ooh. So let me open it up, and actually I don't know why I picked up one of those. I'm gonna use the my hand on this side here. Ooh, this one is beautiful. There's rose in here for sure, but there's something very like soapy and bright in here as well. Very airy, just like the other rose one. I forget the name now. Rose Gypsy. Yeah, that one had a couple of notes similar to this one as well. These are very similar. Very aquatic, airy type fragrance. Very light rose fragrance, just like Rose Gypsy. So I looked up the fragrance notes. Yes, they actually share notes. That one has rose, obviously this one has rose and dewdrops. So like aquatic, you know, a feel to it. And like maybe a little green hint. They almost smell almost identical, you guys. Rose Kabuki and Rose Gypsy. So I'm probably gonna have to like sniff both of them like over and over again. I can barely tell a difference between these two fragrances, but I'm gonna put it in the yes file, but I'll pick one of them if I'm gonna buy them. But there again, I have other ones from the Dior Privé line I want to buy first before those two, like Sakura and Happy Hour. One of those two, probably Sakura, will be my next purchase. Then I have this Tiziana Terenzi sample. This is Extrait de Parfum, and this one is Cabiria. You guys know Tiziana Terenzi fragrances have that like sort of synthetic vibe to them, you know. So let me try this. This is probably going to be very unisex. Yeah, very unisex, but leans like masculine because of that sort of clean smell in here. Loads of citruses I can smell. So you guys, this has cassis, which is the leaves of the blackcurrant. There's grass, apparently, as a note in here. There's pear with a little juicy, fruity touch. There's a bunch of other notes that I only remember a few. And then this has rose, jasmine, and I think heliotrope. And this has ambergris. So you have that minerally kind of, you know, that vibe ambergris has, like some of the Tiziana Terenzi fragrances tend to have. And then this has some woody notes. There's, I think, musk and vanilla. This one definitely is one that leans masculine. Definitely. Not for me, so I'm gonna pass on this one. It's going into the no pile. So last but not least, I have Oud Wood by Tom Ford. Let me sniff this really, really fast. I've run out of these strips, so I'm gonna spray it on the back of my card here. Oh, this is beautiful. Smell the ouds. I smell those woody notes. It's a very aromatic, warm, spicy fragrance. I have smelled this one before. Yeah, there's loads of like spices, I think like cardamom type, you know, clove type spices. Yeah, this has cardamom and pepper for spices, and this has tonka bean and vanilla, so I was right, I smelled that very strong vanilla scent. There's of course oud in here. It's called, you know, oud wood. Several woody notes like rosewood too, I think. And it has like a huge dose of amber and a little earthiness from vetiver. Definitely a fragrance for guys. Definitely very masculine, very sexy. I would highly recommend this fragrance for men. This is Tom Ford Oud Wood. This one's going in the no pile for me, but yes, recommend it for guys out there. So that's it, you guys. Those are the fragrances that I tested, or those are my luxury fragrances, niche and designer, that I tested today, mostly niche actually. So I have here Juicy Jasmine by Kriegler, definitely a yes. Sakura by Dior Privé line. I have Whispers of Admiration by House of Sillage, and I have Rose Kabuki and Rose Gypsy. Probably gonna pick one of the two. And then I have Happy Hour by Dior as well, Dior Privé. And then I have the Louis Vuitton fragrance here that I really want to try and get. And then Pure Extreme by M.Micallef. Those are the ones. Oh, and then did I forget Killian Straight to Heaven is something that I'm going to try as well, try and get. So yeah, those are really it, you guys. I mean, those are the ones that I liked out of everything I tried today. So yeah, I kind of surprised myself with a couple of these things. So I hope this was fun for you guys, me trying luxury, niche, and designer fragrances. Do you have any of these fragrances? Did you like the find of some of them? Let me know down in the comment section. I really love hearing from you guys. Please talk to me. Don't forget to comment down below. So I hope you enjoyed this video, you guys. If you did, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell next to it for all notifications. Some of you have not been getting notifications, by the way, lately. It's probably because your settings are not right, go to your notification settings, Google it. Just say how to check YouTube notification status, and it'll give you this page where it'll tell you how to adjust your settings so you can get my notifications, you know, all the time. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram, where I post everything fun that I do, I buy, you know, it's on Instagram. So I will see you guys in my next video.